Hi, I'm Kate Friel here at Grand Bend Speedway. We are with the Ontario Pro Sprints driver. Tell us who you are and what number you are.
Adrian Kemps from London. My son and I have been racing these things since way back here at Grand Bend. We both run the 31. He's 31K, just to make it a little different. We've been doing it a long time. Brent started here when he was 8 years old. I think I was racing, we were both racing at the same time. He was in the junior class, I was in the 440 class back then, and it was a growing class. It was so much people around this area were so involved in it, and it really took off well. Slowly it progressed into a suspension class, kind of went to dirt for a while, came back to Grand Bend, and this is where it all started. Years ago, it always was a track for the sprint, for the junior sprints and all that stuff. A lot of kids learn to drive here that are up in the bigger leagues now. I see lots of Delaware that have started here. So it's nice to see that that's a path to take. Grand Bend could be a start for you. Our pro sprints are more of a race car with full suspension, adjustable. There's still a snowmobile engine, but it's an asphalt car and they're fast. So there's lots of cars around. You've got to kind of search on Marketplace or sometimes Facebook or even call us. We can give you a lot of the details on where there's decent cars, and we really need to build this class and bring it back to Grand Bend, and eventually we're hoping to get enough to make it a traveling class, which would be great to run different tracks, but we got to have a volume of cars to promote ourselves to make this club come back to what it was.
So Adrian and Brent are definitely wanting to get this class growing, the Ontario Sprint class. So they said give them a call, give the track a call, check Marketplace, check the classifieds. It's a great class. Now, Adrian, is there anybody you want to thank before you start off tonight's event?
I like to thank Gord for giving us a chance. We had nowhere to go after leaving Varney. They kind of just washed their hands of us. We didn't have the car count, so I can see his point to a certain extent, but was hoping to make it a traveling class involving Varney, but that didn't seem to suit him. So I called Gord, hoping that we could get a few races to maybe get us in the public's eye. And he was nice enough to give us 9 races. He's going to support us for a few years and to see if we can build this. So it's really been up to Brent and I to, we love the racing. We love the competitiveness. The quality of our cars are very good. You watch some of the other classes that are similar. We don't have the DNFs like others. Our cars run reliable, they're competitive, they're fast, and the club is well enough that we help each other.
So lots of drivers helping each other, building the class step by step. There's lots of cars out there, so make sure that if this is something that you think that you want to do, contact Brent, contact Gord, contact Adrian. Grand Bend Speedway is here for you, so make sure you get a car and head on out.
John Houghton here with Grand Bend Speedway. I'm with John Boy Hoskins out of Michigan. You're making the trip with the Tri-State Sprints, and it's great to have a Michigan Motorsports Hall of Famer here at the track.
Wow, thanks a lot, John. I appreciate that. I'm still bouncing off the ceiling by being that.
So John Houghton here for Grand Bend Speedway. And who are you and where are you from?
My name is George Gustafson. I am from Michigan, right around Lansing, Michigan area.
And so you're up here today. We've got the Tri-State Sprints running.
Hi, I'm Kate Friel here at Grand Bend Speedway. We are with the Ontario Pro Sprints driver. Tell us who you are and what number you are.
Adrian Kemps from London. My son and I have been racing these things since way back here at Grand Bend. We both run the 31. He's 31K, just to make it a little different. We've been doing it a long time. Brent started here when he was 8 years old. I think I was racing, we were both racing at the same time. He was in the junior class, I was in the 440 class back then, and it was a growing class. It was so much people around this area were so involved in it, and it really took off well. Slowly it progressed into a suspension class, kind of went to dirt for a while, came back to Grand Bend, and this is where it all started. Years ago, it always was a track for the sprint, for the junior sprints and all that stuff. A lot of kids learn to drive here that are up in the the bigger leagues now. I see lots of Delaware that have started here, so it's nice to see that that's a path to take. Grand Bend could be a start for you. Our Pro Sprints are more of a race car with full suspension, adjustable. There's still a snowmobile engine, but it's an asphalt car and they're fast. So there's lots of cars around. You've got to kind of search on Marketplace or sometimes Facebook, or even call us. We can give you a lot of the details on where there's decent cars, and we really need to build this class and bring it back to Grand Bend. And eventually we're hoping to get enough to make it a traveling class, which would be great to run different tracks, but we got to have a volume of cars to promote ourselves to make this club come back to what it was.
So Adrian and Brent are definitely wanting to get this class growing, the Ontario Sprint class. So they said give them a call, give the track a call, check Marketplace, check the classifieds. It's a great class. Now, Adrian, is there anybody you want to thank before you start off tonight's event?
I like to thank Gord for giving us a chance. We had nowhere to go after leaving Varney. They kind of just washed their hands of us. We didn't have the car count, so I can see his point to a certain extent, but was hoping to make it a traveling class involving Varney. But that didn't seem to suit him, so I called Gord, hoping that we could get a few races to maybe get us in the public's eye. And he was nice enough to give us 9 races. He's going to support us for a few years and to see if we can build this. So it's really been up to Brent and I to, we love the racing. We love the competitiveness. The quality of our cars are very good. You watch some of the other classes that are similar. We don't have the DNFs like others. Our cars run reliable, they're competitive, they're fast, and the club is well enough that we help each other.
So lots of drivers helping each other, building the class step by step. There's lots of cars out there, so make sure that if this is something that you think that you want to do, contact Brent, contact Gord, contact Adrian. Grand Bend Speedway is here for you, so make sure you get a car and head on out.
Good evening, race fans. Welcome once again to Grand Bend Speedway. We've got an awesome racing lineup keyed in for you tonight. Pinedale Motor Inn Juniors Sprinters are up first for their first of 2 heat races. And we've got, Kate, we've got trouble already. And from a strong runner, that's the purple 2 of Blake Watson, stopped on the front stretch.
Blake is stopped on the front stretch, but we've got our lovely safety crew headed out to help.
And so unclear what could have happened there to the two of Blake Watson. To see this early on usually would indicate a possible dropped drive chain. That's usually the most common point of failure on these types of vehicles. So they're chain driven. So you sort of imagine, you know, you're pedaling your bicycle down the road. Oh, no, they're actually starting the engine up here. So
yeah, I don't think it's the
out.
chain. I think she just stalled out. So hopefully they're able to get Blake fired up and joining in to this heat race.
Now, this is where it gets a little bit dicey. They can get her fired up, but here under caution, when the RPMs are lower, she runs the risk of stalling out again. So the green flag is going to be Blake Watson's best friend here once we get ourselves up and rolling here. Let's walk through the other drivers who are in our starting lineup tonight. The 18H perennial strong runner here in the junior sprinters. The 18H is Edwin Hyde. The 6, the blue number 6, that's Alexis Eaton. The black 39 is Landon Moore. The black number 98 is registered to Bryson Fuller, but as I recall, we have a driver swap tonight, so it's driven tonight by Keegan Lamont, who will be driving that machine tonight in the 98. Orange number 75, that's Killian Collins. And rounding out the field, lucky number 13, that's Camlin Bright, rounding out our field. And, of course, on the front stretch, not able to keep the engine running. That's the 2 of Blake Watson, the road runner, got her first ever feature race win just a few weeks back. And so this is not really how you want to start your evening, Kate.
Especially because there is going to be a B main tonight. So instead of all 13 drivers qualifying for that A main, they are going to have to race their way in. So if the 2 is not able to take place in this heat race, they're probably going to have to go to the B main and qualify into the A main tonight. Not what Watson wants to see.
You know, and certainly my money would be on Blake Watson. She's a really strong runner in this, and to see this type of problem so early in the event, super uncharacteristic for that purple number 2. Always really, really well prepared, but sometimes that's what happens. And, you know, my name's John Houghton up here in the broadcast tower tonight, joined by Kate Friel. And Kate, you and I, we used to race back in the day. Not these cars, though, but cars sort of like them, right?
Yeah, well, we both started when we were super young. We even visited here a few times when we first started racing.
I think you had better luck than I did here, though. I spent most of my time facing the wrong direction, as I recall. I think it was, what was his name? Chris Bladdock. It wasn't his fault, but I'm not blaming him. It's not, if he's watching, I'm not blaming him. Chris Bladdock, I think it was his silver 22. It kind of had a Kevin Harvick look.
Yes.
And, like, I remember I was not a very fast driver. Like, I was not up to speed. And I remember seeing his eyes. And that's not good, because if I can see his eyes, that means I'm going the wrong direction. It wasn't, I don't blame him one bit. I was basically, what would you call it? A driving pylon. I was essentially a driving pylon is how I would describe myself.
Your paint scheme was not pylon oriented, though.
No, I had the lightning bolt. I had the Ron Sheridan, special permission from Ron Sheridan to run the Ron Sheridan lightning bolt. And I feel like I did him honor over on the Delaware side, but on the Grand Bend side, I was just like holding on for dear life. I think you did better than I did. I think you had the nerves of steel that I did not have at Grand Bend.
I love this track. This is a great tri-oval. I definitely suggest that anybody looking to get into racing definitely comes out to Grand Bend Speedway. This is a great track. They've also got the go-karts here. So if you're just looking to try your hand at something, they've got go-karts here too.
Just come out and have some fun.
Week or on a weekend before racing, just make a whole weekend of it.
You know, the truth of the matter, Kate, when we go back and we look at those old junior racing league programs, or the NASCAR junior program as it used to be called, you know, you were younger than me when I started, and I've never told you this. I actually think you were the 1999 Rookie of the Year in Junior Racing League. Because they exempted me. They let me in early because I was so terrible. They put me in the junior division. I was 13 years old, and they're like, you should race. You're supposed to race from the senior division, but we've seen you race, and you don't race like a 13-year-old. You're going to go down to the kids level.
So they did give you the the Rookie of the Year.
They gave me the trophy. But I've always felt guilt. They
did do a little side of the scholarship money and. Well, did make up for that. I was only 8 years old. You were 13. You definitely beat me in those classroom sessions. I was not as. I
was great on the multiple choice.
Yeah, I was still learning how to read. I think
it was. I had the big advantage. I could read. White flags on the speedway. We're set to go here with the 18H of Edwin Hyde. Going to be taking us to that green flag. The green flag drops. We're off and running. It's a clean start for the junior sprinters, our youngest drivers. And the 18H of Edwin Hyde gets single file here out front. He's being chased by the 6 of Blake Watson.
That's the 6 of Alexius
Eaton,
actually. But Eaton had a great run there on the outside, but we do see the 2 of Blake Watson got back out on the track. So great to see Blake being able to make it onto this field. Good on race control for making sure that Blake was given that time to get started and back onto the track.
And look at her go here. She's up to 3rd already from starting at the back. And I don't know what her initial designated starting position would have been. I missed that on my card there, but she's already up here racing here with our top 3. The 18H is Edwin Hyde. He's out of Petrolia. Up on just behind him, again, the blue number 6 of Alexis Eaton. And they're making their way through lap traffic here. The first to fall will be the 13 of Camlin Bright. And again, Kate, drivers of all kinds of skill levels, that's me there, the 13 of Camlin Bright. Remember, I was saying I was not the fastest driver when I first got started at Grand Bend Speedway. And that's what it takes. It takes experience. It takes getting out there, and you start to feel what the vehicle feels like, and that's how you build confidence in these junior sprints.
Taking laps and making laps on a track definitely makes the difference. And always good on the drivers that are willing to come out every week and try their hand and keep trying and keep digging away.
Speaking of digging, here we go on the back straightaway. We are going to have a fight for this top spot here. The 6 of Alexis Eaton and the 2 of Blake Watson looking hungry early in the event. They've got 2 laps to go. The 18H of Edwin Hyde and the black number 18 looking strong, but the race is on with 2 laps to go. The 6 of of Alexis Eaton, the 2 of Blake Watson. Fighting tooth and nail here. Watson in the purple machine trying to look to the low side. The hunter becomes the hunted here as the 6 of Alexis Eaton now on defense as the white flag has flown.
18 of Hyde was in
trouble.
lane last.
Sorry, Kate, front straightaway. And this might be a caution checker. They might end it, or we might have a sprint to the finish. We'll see how they shake this one out. The 98 Bryson or Keegan Lamont tonight takes it for a loop through the infield. I don't think the checkerflagmedia.com guys were looking at that battle, so I don't think we're going to catch the replay on that one here.
But on Race Monitor, it looks like we've gone back to 2 to go, so I think we're going to have a green-white checker.
Yeah, they don't, typically they won't go green checker. They won't just go green flag and then one lap sprint. That's a recipe for absolute madness. And so it's the NASCAR version of overtime, I suppose. So they add 1 lap to the clock and they say green flag, white flag, checker flag. By the way, how many folks out there in the grandstands tonight are at their first ever event at Grand Bend Speedway? Who's at their first ever event at Grand Bend Speedway? Well, a very special welcome to you. We're glad you're here tonight. Just want to explain a few of the ins and outs of Grand Bend Speedway to you. You see Will up there in the flag stand waving that yellow flag right now. That yellow flag signals to the drivers to slow down and get single file to allow the safety crew to respond to the racetrack. Other flags you're going to see out there, certainly the green flag most notably. That means you can start racing right away. The race is on. You can start passing cars and going for the win. But other flags you might see, white flag indicates 1 lap to go before something happens. So here you see Will waving that white flag here under caution. That signals the drivers and the fans and the announcers for that matter that they're going to be going racing next time by the start-finish line. When they're racing under green flag conditions and you see that same flag, that signals to the drivers 1 lap to go. That just says go for it. Checkers or wreckers. No, not checkers or wreckers. We don't want to be doing that. But for every driver out there, it's sort of like the Daytona 500 every single race night at Grand Bend Speedway, whether it's a huge super speedway or a quarter mile. The green flag and the checkered flag are all that matter as we're off and racing with 2 laps to go. Junior Sprinter, sponsored by Pinedale Motor Inn.
Alexis Eaton didn't get the start she wanted on the outside. Slides back. Blake Watson into that second spot. 1 to go on the speedway. Hyde, Watson, Eaton in your top 3.
And this is what we saw before the caution flag came out, this trio out front. And they're looking pretty set in their ways here. It is just a heat race. One last look here, one last chance. Checkered flag is out. 18H Edwin Hyde, 2 Blake Watson, 6 Alexis Eaton, 39 Landon Moore. Then it's your 75 of Killian Collins. 98 was registered to Keegan Lamont tonight. But our winner is the 18H of Edwin Hyde.
The sponsor for the junior sprints is the Pinedale Motor Inn. They are an entry-level this division is an entry-level division to get involved in racing, open to drivers up to the age of 14. Kids build their experience lap by lap, and Pinedale Motor Inn is just a stone throw away from the beaches of Grand Bend, past of the Pinery Provincial Park. It's your cozy retreat after a sun-soaked day at Grand Bend. For more information on any of the division's sponsors, please visit grandbendspeedway.ca. You can also find all of your racing schedules there as well, and make sure that you don't miss any of the action here at Grand Bend Speedway. Still on yellow flag condition. Just gonna do a little cleanup of some debris on the track. In this heat race, we have the 15 of Paxton Bright, the 10X of Maxon Desat, and the 90 of Paisley Lamont, the 10 of Tyson Fusel, the 9 of Ethan Lloyd, and the 6X of Maxwell Lloyd.
Maxwell Lloyd, one of the perennial strong runners in those junior sprinters. Getting set to go at it here. 8 laps of distance in the heat race. As the white flag flies, 1 lap before we get to go at it here again. 8 laps the distance. 15 of Paxton Bright going to be up on the front row of this one here. One of the rookie drivers, a few rookie drivers in this one. That's why they're having a little bit of a tricky time with that racing formation. And here we go down the front straightaway. The green flag drops and we're off and running. Junior Sprinters, sponsored by Pinedale Motor Inn. Three wide there on the back stretch as drivers sorting themselves out here in the first lap. And we'll get our updated running order here. It'll be Maxon Desat in that 10 car. 10X, I should say. Maxon Desat, I think it's his first night here, at least the first night I've seen him race. Was he here last week with you, Kate?
Yeah, he was definitely here last week.
And then
had a good run last week, too.
10 of Tyson Fusil up to second there in the Tammy 10 lookalike machine. Throwback to the Harvey Lennox super modified days. 6X of Maxwell Lloyd trying to drive around up on the high side. And so here we go. Our 10 continues to lead. This is your battle here in turn 3 and 4, the left-hand side of the racetrack. Maxon Desat in the 10 car leads the way. With 2 laps to go, there goes the 6X of Maxwell Lloyd up high. He's look, and these drivers don't have mirrors. They can't see what's going on behind them. But the 10X of Desat definitely knows the black 6X is there. They're going to be looking 3 wide around the lap traffic as the white flag flies. 6X of Maxwell Lloyd to the lead.
Definitely used that lap traffic to the advantage, went to the outside and was able to take the lead. Coming around, checker flag in the air. It'll go to the 6X of Maxwell Lloyd.
Maxwell Lloyd out of London, our winner. Not a huge surprise to see Maxwell Lloyd out front there, but I feel like the 10 of Fusil and the 10X of Desat definitely gave him a run for his money. Watch for those 2 drivers come feature race time. That's going to be a lot of fun to see what's going on there here in the junior sprinters. Tonight is Fan Appreciation Night at Grand Bend Speedway. At the intermission, the drivers are going to bring their cars to the front straightaway. And fans, you are going to have the chance to zip on down to the front stretch, catch some autographs. Maybe, if you talk nicely, maybe they'll let you sit in one of the race cars. It's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. Check it out at intermission time here for Fan Appreciation Night. The Tri-State Sprints are also here this evening. Special visitors from Michigan doing an exhibition. They brought a pair of cars up as sort of a first check of the racetrack. They'd never been to the Speedway before, and they have their main event coming up on August the 23rd. And so they're really looking forward to that, and so are we. And it's important there to come up and give things a little bit of a test.
Now, if you caught our pre-race show, we had a great interview with one of these drivers in the Ontario Pro Sprints, Adrian Kemp. He'll take to the track with Brent Kemps, as well as the 01 of Logan Chapman.
And so indeed, these are the NASCAR Ontario Pro Sprints, one of the newest divisions at Grand Bend Speedway. And they're up on track here, getting set for their first of two events. It'll be the white flag this time by your running order out there for the NASCAR Ontario Pro Sprints. The 31, that's Adrian Kemps. And again, Kate, you and I had a chance to talk to him before the race. That's Dad. The 31K, that's Brent Kemps. That's the son. The 01 of Logan Chapman, he's from Sarnia. He's not, no relation. No relation.
He's out there fighting family.
Yeah, it's, you know, team runners out there. The 01, he's been struggling to get the speed out of that thing, but, you know, we're getting into the season here, and I'm really interested to see what work the Sarnia crew's done on that this week. As down the front straightaway, the green flag flies, and we let her rip down the front stretch. It'll be the 31 of Adrian Kemps, off to a great shot there. And my big question here, Kate, is actually watching the second group, which is the 31K of Brent Kemps and the 01 of Logan Chapman. I would say, if the 01 of Logan Chapman is able to keep up with these two, that would be sort of the goal tonight for the Sarnia team.
Yeah, not only that, Adrian and Brent did say that they are willing to help other teams get into Grand Bend Speedway and really work on this class and making car counts increase.
Hang on to it there, Logan. The 01 just about took her up into the fence. Hung on to it there. He's definitely pushing it to the limit tonight, you can tell.
Well, definitely trying to find more speed out of the car, and that's what every racer's trying to do every night, is find a little bit more speed and run near the front. Adrian got a great jump at the beginning of this race, but it looks like Brent is starting to close the gap.
And so this is the father-son duo that we've seen so many times, certainly this year as this class starts to take root once again at Grand Bend Speedway. It is the new growing class at the track. It's based on the old 440s platform, so people who've been fans of Grand Bend Speedway racing for years, they'll recognize, they'll say, those look like the 440s. Well, we call them the NASCAR Ontario Pro Sprints. The problem with the 440s, as I understand it, is they had trouble getting parts for them. And so eventually the series, especially with the closure of Wonderland Speedway, which was sort of towards London, things, you know, just sort of petered out there for the 440s. But they were always a really cool kind of car, and I think one of the featured divisions certainly here at the track. And we were approached in the off season by the Kemps, and they kind of said, you know, we think we've got that parts situation figured out, and we think that we can get the old equipment up to a modernized standard. And look at them go now. Absolutely awesome here at Grand Bend Speedway to see this type of car back on track. And we're going to see maybe a little bit of a battle here out front as the son in the 31K gets down to the inside, passes Dad. Dad's trying to pass him back, though, but gets washed up on the track there and backs out just a little bit. It's going to be halfway by next time. But now the sun is out front. And we haven't really seen much of that this year. It's been Dad, Dad, Dad. Every day has been Father's Day out here at Grand Bend Speedway. But now it's the son's turn. The 31K of Brent Kemps out of Thamesford. Now your leader out front. And I got to say, this 0-1 of Logan Chapman, although he's not right up with them, he did have that bobble a number of laps back. He's certainly looking like he's going to stay on the lead lap for this one, at least at the moment. So that's huge progress, I think, for that team.
Yeah, the old ones' lap times are only about 0.3 off of the Kemps. So I think that he is doing very well and definitely trying to bring up his speed and be a contender in this class. I think come feature race number 2, I wouldn't be surprised if he's able to hang a little bit more, as long as he doesn't get loose coming out of turn 4.
So the Kemps are looking good out front tonight. This is what we've really seen, certainly, so far this year. And they've all been working together, as you were saying, Kate. The goal in this series right now is to grow, grow, grow. And that's what we're hoping to see for these drivers here. They are doing a great job independently promoting and working with different drivers to get equipment out here. If you're sitting at home watching this and you got a 440 gathering dust in your garage, get that thing up on grandbendspeedway.ca classifieds, because there's definitely people who are interested in getting involved.
I remember the 440 class out here at Grand Bend Speedway. It was always one to watch. Always had great lead swaps. So I'd like to see some of the old guys come back even. Bring your car back. I mean, Adrian's out here. You guys used to run with him all the time. So come back and see if you can still give him the competition you used to back in the day.
Trouble on the racetrack. The 0-1 of Logan Chapman takes it for a loop over there in turn 4. So trouble for the 0-1 of Logan Chapman. Goes for a spin over there in turn 4. And that's what we were talking about a number of laps ago, is really pushing this equipment to the edge tonight, trying to find that speed, trying to find every edge. And so there's a lot of confidence there that's been being built from the 0-1 of Logan Chapman. And when they get confident like that, that's one of the problems when you get confident. When you get confident, you usually find the edge and you can loop it around there. So the 31 of Kemps, it's Kemps and Kemps out front as the white flag drops here. And interestingly, the 31K, he's choosing the high side. So Brent Kemps, who was our leader, choosing the high side. Oh, they switched back. What was I looking at? Oh, I was looking at
a 31
2.
and a 31.
You know, is it too much to ask when we have a growing division that everyone picks their own number? It's too much to ask. They say they love their 31. And they look great, so I won't complain.
31K is almost similar to Adrian Kemp's 31 scheme that he ran here in the 440. Brent used to run a 440 also at Wonderland Speedway. And
so Dad's back out front. I missed the Father's Day excitement. Dad's leading the way here. Let's see if the sun can pull it off again here. He's in striking distance, absolutely. Only 2 laps to go. It'll be 1 lap to go this time by, because they are zipping around the quarter mile here tonight. White flag flies. Final lap at the 31K of Brent Kemps. Takes a look down to the inside. But Dad pulls it around the high side. And through turns 3 and 4, and now down the front straightaway. Checkered flag is in the air.
Adrian Kemps takes feature race number 1.
So we'll come on down here. We'll chat with the NASCAR Ontario Pro Sprints. Adrian Kempstead.
Thanks. I think that was a tough race. And to get beaten by my son there for a while, I thought, well, we can't have that.
So it's Father's Day once again here in Victory Lane. Who do you want to thank tonight?
Thank my son big time for getting me out here so I'm not just sitting on the couch. All our sponsor, Performance Unlimited, General Power Products, Terry Wolf Machine, Motorcycle and Machine. I guess, and thank a lot of people that are coming out and the guys that come and help us every week at the track.
Adrian Kemps and the 31 fans put their hands together. We'll slide on in here with Brent Kemps. We were looking at you. You got out front, but Dad passed you again. What's going to take to get to Victory Lane for yourself?
The car's decent. We got some work to do. It's just like having it more stable in the corner. So we'll turn some screws on it and we'll be ready for the next round. I honestly, when I got by him, it was good. After the caution, it was good. Let's say, in both instances, it was good on a short run for short periods of time. If I didn't just catch the corners correctly, it was just like I just threw it away every time. So that's all right. We'll come back and do her again in a little bit.
What's the advice to folks at home who maybe have one of the old 440s sitting in the garage out back?
Well, we'd love to have you. If the car fits the rule book, it's a great way to spend a Saturday night here down by the beach at Grand Bend Speedway.
Brent Kemps in the 31. We'll slide on in over here to Logan Chapman. Logan, you took it for a little bit of a loop over there. What's going on tonight?
I think I just pushed it a little too hard.
That's good though, right?
Yeah.
Push it to the limit. Who do you want to thank tonight?
All my sponsors, my grandparents, my friends for coming out, everybody in the stands for coming out.
Logan Chapman in the 0-1 out of Sarnia. And I guess I get to, this is where we find out, can I get these fired up? Let's see if I can do it. First try wonder, do you think I can do it? Nope.
It works better when he puts his mic down, so he's got it now. This will bring out the Robson scrap metal mini trucks. They're a half-scale division of racing at Grand Bend Speedway. Because of their size, the mini trucks turn Grand Bend Speedway from a short track into a full-throttle super speedway all around. A special thanks to Robson Scrap Metal, located on Carling Street in St. Mary's, for all of their support with our mini trucks. I'd also like to thank Marshman Engines. They've been a longtime supporter of competition at Grand Bend Speedway, and Keith Marshman has been a trusted and reliable source for all small engine repairs and maintenance and diagnostics. So thank you to Marshman Engines. Getting the call for the double up are the mini trucks. The 4 is Dylan Grant. The 19 is Caleb Gertz. The 18H is Edwin Hyde. The 53 is Nick Thurst. 11 is Colin Klumper. And in the 18 machine tonight is Mason Culver. And the 88 is Andrew Rose Cole. Green flag on the Speedway, and the 4 gets a good jump.
First of 2 feature races tonight for the mini trucks. Gertz in the silver 19, side by side with the black number 4 of Dylan Graham out of Glencoe. 53 of Nick Thuss trying to get up into that action as well. Your front 3 over in turns 3 and 4, left-hand side of the raceway. 19, Caleb Gertz. 4, Dylan Graham out of Glencoe. 53, Nick Thuss out of Watford. And it's the mean green 18 of Quinn Gertz out of Ilderton.
Piloted by Mason Culver tonight.
Driver change tonight. Mason Culver behind the wheel of the green 18. And so we sort of see the tandem draft taking place out here. Oh, there it goes. There goes the 18 of Culver. Mason Culver making the move. Oh, truck slow on the high side there, and drivers slowed way up. The 4 of Dylan Graham got out front. I think the drivers might have thought a caution was coming out there. And they all slowed up, but then they realized lights are still green. They're just, race control comes on. They let them know if there's a hazard on the track. There was a truck that was pulling off. So you got yourself a new leader out front, the 4 of Dylan Graham.
Yeah.
Now the 18 Mason Culver, he wants to go to victory lane tonight. He makes the move on the 19 of Quinn, on the 19 of Caleb Gertz. That's good for second. They're fighting for that spot there, but it looks like that fight, well, still underway here. The 19 not letting him get too far away here, but the 4 of Dylan Graham, he's right where he wants to be. In command of this one here.
Dylan Graham was fast here 2 weeks ago, but so was the 18 truck. Quinn Gertz was running that truck that week, with Mason Culver in it tonight. Little bit of a driver swap. So we'll see if Mason Culver will have anything for Graham.
Graham continuing to lead the way, the driver out of Glencoe here at Grand Bend Speedway, Ontario, Canada. In the mini truck class, sponsored by Robson Scrap Metals. This feature race sponsored by Country Corners out of Exeter. And our front trio getting out to a pretty good spread here. As we check in with timing and scoring, 9 laps to go that time by at the stripe.
Leaders may get into some lap traffic before the end of this one, and we'll have to see if it makes any difference. There's quite a spread, and there's a few truck lengths in between each of those front 3 drivers. 4 Graham is catching the back of this field quick, though, John.
Blue flag with diagonal stripe being displayed there. That's the passing room flag that lets the drivers who are going a lap down know the leader is coming up on them and tells them to make some space, usually by going down to the inside. But sometimes drivers, they want to try and do the gentlemanly thing and they go up to the high side, but that can sometimes cause confusion for the leader. The leader is expecting the traffic is going to go down to the inside. If you're going to go up to the high side, you got to do it almost before you even see that blue flag diagonal stripe. It's an okay thing to do if you plan it out, but that once that blue flag and diagonal stripe is there, that means the leaders, they are there. And so it's always good to get down to the inside. Robson Scrap Metal NASCAR mini trucks here with 3 laps to go. Two laps to go. For the 4 of Dylan Graham, it'll be a white flag this time by. Final lap for the 4 of Dylan Graham out of Glencoe. As he heads on out of turn 4 and now down towards the front straightaway. Checkers in the air for Dylan Graham. The 18 of Mason Culver, that's good for second. 19 of Caleb Gertz for third. 53 of Nick Thuss for fourth. 18H Edwin Hyde, that's fifth. 11 of Colin Klumper finishes sixth. And the 7 spot goes to the 88 of Andrew Rose-Cole. As we get ready for Victory Lane with Kate.
Here he is out of the car, the 4 of Dylan Graham. Dylan, we met a couple Victory Lane. What's it taking to be consistent here?
Just a lot of work at the shop to keep it fast. Yeah, just hitting my marks every time, and so we can get back to Victory Lane.
So the crew's going to work at the shop every week. Who do you want to thank on this car?
I'd just like to thank my dad and my mom and then my papa for coming to the track each week and helping out. And then Gary Graham Transport for helping us out.
So we got one more feature tonight. What's it going to take to meet back here in Victory Lane?
We're just going to have to be fast. I mean, it's going to be hard to get by that 18 truck, but I think we can do it.
All right, fans, put your hands together again for the 4 of Dylan Graham.
Huron Taxi Service NASCAR Pro late models up on track next. And again, it's Fan Appreciation Night, so you'll have a chance to get up close with these cars at the intermission. We've got these NASCAR late models sponsored by Huron Taxi Service up for 8 laps here for their heat race, followed by the Junior Sprint B Main for 12 laps, and then it's time for that Fan Appreciation on-track session. Special thanks to our supporters, MyFM 105.7 Strathroy and 90.5 in Exeter. Each day, the teams at MyFM leverage the power of local radio and their local websites to make a difference in our communities. You can find them online at exetertoday.ca and strathroytoday.ca for local community news, events, and contests. You'll find them on the radio dial, 105.7 FM in Strathroy, 90.5 FM in Exeter. Grand Bend Speedway is also proud to be part of the Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Series along with 50 other tracks across North America. Promotional consideration for the NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Series provided by Whelen Engineering and CarQuest. For more information on the NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Series, visit the Weekly Series section at NASCAR.com. Drivers on track in the late models here. A fast-growing division here at the track. A few years ago, they said it couldn't be done, but we've been doing it ever since, and we've been having a heck of a lot of fun learning the ins and outs of late model racing here at the track. Key to the success of the growing late model division is the Cobra tires. So these tires, you know, a lot of times you go to a racetrack and you slap on a set of tires and, you know, burn them off in a night or a couple of nights. These Cobra tires, most of these drivers will run the same set for the full season. So if you want to talk cost savings, think Cobra tires at Grand Bend Speedway. Green flag flies down the front straightaway. We are racing. The 1 is Jonathan Schwemmler. The 67 is Olivia Curtis. The 99, Jeremy Curtis. The 25 is Rylan Fascinato. Rubbing elbows there down the back straightaway. The 25 of Rylan Fascinato and the 67 of Olivia Curtis. Fascinato makes the move there. That was good for third. Your front twosome out front. The Evil Knievel looking number 1 of Jonathan Schwemmler, followed by the 99 of Jeremy Curtis. Ripping down the front straightaway here in the Huron Taxi Service late models. Schwemmler puts a lot of work into that number 1 car, I tell you. But the 99, Jeremy Curtis, he works hard on his car too, and he spends a lot of time out here practicing during the week, finding every little bit of speed he can get out of that 99.
4 laps in and 4 laps to go for the heat race for the late models.
Just a quick little rip around the track here for these drivers before they go to their main event later on tonight. That'll be the 35 lapper to round out our evening. Two laps to go for the 1 of Jonathan Schwemmler.
The 25 of Fascinato seems to just be a little bit loose coming out of turn 4. So I'm wondering if that's affecting lap times there. You'll watch the back slide just a little bit.
Yeah, he's not quite on pace certainly tonight to what he would like to be. You know, here just in the 8-lap heat race. We'll see what he can do for the feature as the checker flag is out for the 1 of Jonathan Schwemmler. 99, Jeremy Curtis, good for second. 25 of Rylan Fascinato makes it across the line there after a little bit of a struggle during that one. 67 of Olivia Curtis keeps everything pointed in the right direction, which is awesome to see for that driver, building up her experience portfolio here at the track. So that's the NASCAR late model sponsored by Huron Taxi Service. Just one more race to go before the fan appreciation intermission session. And then we'll be seeing the Tri-State Sprints up for their exhibition, which is going to be a heck of a thing.
See down trackside, we'd like to give a special thank you to our track media for all their help throughout the season. April Wilson from Wilson Photography, taking the photos, and checkerflagmedia.com, the official video, replay, and live stream supplier to the track.
We also want to take note, it's a pretty toasty night out here at Grand Bend Speedway. Just a note, if you're looking for some ice cream, or maybe you don't want ice cream, you want some pizza. Or maybe you don't want pizza and you want a hot dog. I don't know what you want. I don't know what you're hungry for out there, race fans. In any case, whatever you're looking for, you're going to find it behind turn 2. That's the right-hand side of the speedway. You see a sign back there that says Outside Groove Diner. That's open to you. That's where they're keeping the ice cream. Don't rush all at once. Calm down, race fans. There's enough ice cream for everyone. Yes, there's enough ice cream for everyone. So you'll find that behind the turn 2 section there at the Outside Groove Diner. It's a great place. And one thing you'll find when you're down there, you also get a view of the pits. There's no other racetrack I know of in Ontario where you can sit, have an ice cream, and have a view of the pits, all included with your spectator admission. So be sure to check out the Outside Groove Diner. Well, probably actually after the intermission because, well, actually not after the intermission because then you'd miss the Tri-State Sprints. You could go probably right after, if you'd probably have enough time when the checker flag drops in the B main here. Run with everyone else, get yourself an ice cream, come all the way back, participate in the fan appreciation meet and greet. It's going to be totally awesome. While you're eating an ice cream, and so these junior sprinters up for their B main here to set the final spots for the feature race later tonight. Hey, you guys with the hats, are you going to get ice cream right now? You getting ice cream? Yeah! You gonna bring me one? No, you don't have to bring me one. I work here. I can get an ice cream. Are you all getting ice cream or are you gonna split the ice cream? They're beyond the range of the microphone now. I hope they all get one. We're going to watch with great anticipation for you guys to come back. I wonder what flavor they'll pick. There's many flavors. It's hard scoop ice cream. Now I want an ice cream. Oh, this is a problem. Still got to call this race, though. It's really hot in here tonight. We used to have an air conditioning unit. It broke. But we don't need air conditioning. The racing on the track, it's hot. Toasty up here in the booth. Keeps us energized here for these junior sprinters. Speaking of the junior sprinters, they're sponsored by Pinedale Motor Inn. This is the entry-level program here at the track. Powered by 6.5 horsepower motors. Signature division for kids. There's no springs in these cars, by the way. Main adjustments the teams make to handling are tire pressures and changing the gear size to suit a driver's preferences. Looking to get a kid on track this summer? There's always a few of these up for sale. Be sure to hop on Grand Bend Speedway Classifieds, or if there's nothing there, contact the track office, and we'll get you on a list there to be contacted as soon as we become aware of one of these vehicles becoming available. And they're missing someone. Who are we missing? Who are we missing here? I got sunscreen in my eyes. I can't see. Who is that up there? See, I wouldn't totally know yet because it's one of our rookies, one of our rookie drivers. Third race in, I think, for this driver. Let's see what we're seeing here. That's going to be, oh, it's Lucky 13. That's right. Lucky 13, Camlin Bright. They were giving that driver an extra moment. There's a lot of safety equipment these drivers have to put on in order to get ready to be on the track, and especially for rookie drivers, that can be a little bit of a tricky thing to do. And so here, Camlin Bright just gave him an extra minute to get the safety equipment on. White flag flies here. We're going to be set to go at it here. Just a 12-lap Little B main, our last race before the intermission.
12 cars qualified total for the A main. There's 13 here tonight, so whoever finishes in last in this, unfortunately, is going to put it on the trailer a little bit early tonight.
You know, and sometimes that can be a bit of a blessing, though, especially if you're a new driver. One of the reasons, oh, green flag flies, one of the reasons they put the B main together was for drivers who maybe didn't make the A main to make sure they got that experience in. And then eventually, once all the drivers are up to speed, there's no feasible reason they can't run them all in the A main. But especially as we're varying in speed, certainly the B main gives us a chance to sort of continue to build that experience portfolio. We saw them go 3 wide there for the lead, which is one way, I guess, to build your experience portfolio. The 39 of Landon Moore, he's your leader. The 90 of Paisley Lamont runs in second. Third right now is the 9 of Ethan Lloyd. That's your front trio. 75 of Killian Collins, not that far behind. Then it's the 98 of Bryson Fuller, who had a driver's swap tonight.
Keegan Lamont's piloting that vehicle tonight, and then the 15 of Paxton Bright and the 13 of Camlin Bright.
9 laps to go there in the book for the B main. Bit of a battle here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th, just coming off a turn 4 here. That battle's got the 9 of Ethan Lloyd, the 75 of Killian Collins, and the 98 of Keegan Lamont. The 98 of Keegan Lamont looking up to the high side on that 9 of Ethan Lloyd in the neon orange machine. Leader's quite a ways ahead of that group there. But a fierce battle as there now goes the 98, Keegan Lamont, taking a look as the cross flags are out. We're halfway through this one. The 98 of Keegan Lamont gets that spot away from the 9, but Ethan Lloyd keeping with him here. The 9 of Ethan Lloyd having a little bit of trouble in the traffic there. Saw him diving and weaving there through turns 3 and 4. Let's check in with our leaders here just going into turn 3 right now. The 39 of Landon Moore, the 90 of Paisley Lamont. 4 laps
Lamont
to go.
looks like she's looking to the inside coming out of 4. It looks like Moore kind of pushes up coming out of 4, so Lamont looks kind of to the inside. Moore blocks that this time by, but Paisley Moore looking to go to the inside down the front stretch. Round she goes, going out of turn 2, yellow on the speedway with 4 to go.
Looking on the replay, the 90 just got up into the back of the leader, the 39, just watching it here again in slow motion. You know, they're battling hard for that position. And the 90 does get down to the inside, but just touches the back of the 39. Back end comes around, and you see the rest there. He just goes around, and a bit of a heartbreak there when you're running in second with 4 laps to go here. Drivers going for the win here in the B main.
They'll get these guys all set up and ready to go. Get everybody relined up.
Certainly hope you folks are enjoying your time out here at Grand Bend Speedway tonight. Again, lots of great photo opportunities coming up here at the fan appreciation session. You'll be able to swing on down trackside, get an up-close look at the vehicles. It'll be a 30-minute fan appreciation session. And Kate and I will head on down trackside too and catch a word with a few of these drivers as well. But here we are in the B main, in the waning laps of the B main, in fact. Officials, again, working with these young drivers to make sure that everybody is caught up and in the proper racing formation. Okay, it's time to catch up with these guys. They got the ice cream now. What do we got? What do we get? What did we end up with? What did you get? What did you get? What flavor is that?
Monster cookie.
Monster cookie. Is it because it looks like the Cookie Monster?
No.
No? What do you mean? It looks like the Cookie Monster. It's blue. Does it have cookies in it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you would describe yourself as the Cookie Monster, correct?
Yeah.
Did you know that you were the Cookie Monster when you came here tonight?
No.
Okay, well, what flavor did you get?
Bubblegum.
Bubblegum. I don't have as many good jokes for bubblegum. Cookie Monster with some better jokes. Bubblegum, how's it? Oh, there's a green flag out there. Go enjoy your ice cream. Watch some racing. Green flag's out on the raceway. Killian Collins in the 75. Leading us here to the start-finish line. The 9 is Ethan Lloyd. There goes the 39, Landon Moore down to the inside. This front group really stuck together like glue here. The 90 trying to make a go of it here. Paisley and Lamont from the back of that group. 2 laps to go there at the stripe. Killian Collins in the orange 75 out front. Black 39, that's Landon Moore out of Watford. There's that white flag, final lap here in the Junior Sprint B Main, sponsored by Pinedale Motor Inn. And Will's got the checker flag in the air for Killian Collins in the 75, takes the win. 39, Landon Moore. I think then it was the 9 of Ethan Lloyd, the 98 of Keegan Lamont down in the grass there after the checkers.
The 90 of Paisley Lamont and the 15 of Paxton Bright and the 13 of Camlin Bright.
Oh, I was getting ready for a victory lane. I got my little camera hat on and everything, and now he's gone. Oh, okay. We'll catch him in the fan appreciation session here in a few minutes. How about that? Oh, put your hands together, race fans. In the 75, Killian Collins is your winner of the B Main. And we'll get ready to shift things over here in just a few minutes. Oh, he's coming back. I got to get my little camera hat back on. Wait, here we go. There it is. He's coming back after a trip, and he beat me to victory lane. That's how fast he is tonight. Getting the photos taken here. Killian Collins in the 75. Killian, congratulations here, winning the B main tonight. How do you feel?
Good.
I feel good for you. Who do you want to thank tonight? Who are these people behind me? Do you want to thank them? Thank you, crew. You've done it. I'll thank for you. Killian Collins, race fans, put Killian Collins, put your hands together, race fans. Your winner in the B main. He'll snap a photo. Oh, he's confused. He said, what place did I get? And his dad said, you won. He said, how? How? Okay, I'll come back in. Okay, let's just review. Go back to camera 3. Okay, we're gonna play this one more time. Okay, so here it comes. I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna go. Your winner, Killian Collins. Put your hands together, Rays fans. And then they put the checkered flag in your hand. And then I come in here and I say, who do you want to thank tonight?
My dad and my mom and my sister and my brother and my next brother and my girlfriend and my brother's girlfriend and everything.
There's so many people to thank. I knew it. Killian Collins in the 75, Rays fans.
Well, race fans, we're going to have the fan appreciation on the track. We just got to get all the drivers back out here for an autograph session. Who's having fun out there tonight?
I was having fun. Killian was having fun once he realized he won. That was really something. Special thanks to our supporter, MyFM 105.7 Strathroy and 90.5 Exeter. Each day, the teams at MyFM leverage the power of local radio and their local websites to help make a difference in our communities. Find them online at exetertoday.ca and strathroytoday.ca for local community news, events, and contests. You'll find them on the radio dial at 105.7 FM in Strathroy and 90.5 FM in Exeter. For a full schedule of Grand Bend Speedway events, visit grandbendspeedway.ca. Huron Transfer Service late models bring the thrill of high-intensity late model racing to GBS as the track's top local division in the NASCAR Advance Auto Parts Weekly Series. Cobra tires help keep racing affordable and fair for drivers. Special thanks to Huron Transfer Service for their support, serving Central Huron and surrounding areas. Give them a call at 519-482-1100 to book your next ride. Dock Stater Property Maintenance Bone Stocks provide a low-cost option for getting into full-size racing using cars that are readily available through scrap yards. Dock Stater Property Maintenance provides lawn maintenance, snow, and ice control management for the Oneida Nation of the Thames, Chippewa of the Thames First Nation, Munsee Delaware Nation, Strathroy Caradoc Township, and South London. Robson Scrap Metal Mini Trucks are a classic half-scale division of racing at Grand Bend Speedway. Because of their size, the mini trucks turn Grand Bend Speedway from a short track into a full-throttle super speedway all the way around. A special thanks to Robson Scrap Metal, located on Carling Street in St. Mary's, for their support of the mini trucks. Grand Bend Home Hardware 9-horsepower Sprints are considered the original division of Grand Bend Speedway. Even before the track was expanded, the Sprints were running and providing amazing competition. McLean's Home Hardware is located in Grand Bend, with all you need to make your next home or garden project a success. The Pinedale Motor Inn Junior Sprints are the entry-level division for kids to get involved in racing. Open to drivers up to the age of 14, kids build their experience lap by lap. Pinedale Motor Inn is just a stone's throw away from the beaches of Grand Bend and the paths of Pinery Provincial Park. It's your cozy retreat after a sun-soaked Grand Bend day. For more information on any of these divisions, visit grandbendspeedway.ca. Special thanks to our supporters: Marbolt Fasteners, Strathroy, In a need-it-now world, nothing is worse than not being able to take your soybeans off, not finish a fabrication job, or even finish the bed frame for your family staying the weekend just because of a few bolts you couldn't find in town. With over 10,000 and growing different items in stock, we are your solution. Locally owned and operated, visit marbolt.com. Family owned and operated McCann Ready Mix has ready mix plants located in Mount Carmel, Exeter, Mitchell, and Watford. They offer a wide variety of other services ranging from concrete construction, excavation, aggregates, and drag lining. Marshman Engines has been a longtime supporter of competition at Grand Bend Speedway. Keith Marshman has been a trusted and reliable source for small engine repair, maintenance, and diagnostics. Thank you, Marshman Engines. Located in Exeter, Ontario, Country Corners is a family-run multi-line powersports dealership selling and servicing motorcycles, snowmobiles, ATVs, side-by-sides, e-bikes, tractors, and more. Visit them at countrycorners.net. Special thanks also to CarQuest Auto Parts Park Hill, Home Run Delivery, Lampton Sanitation, Stratford Auto Recycle, Cobra Racing Tires, Action Trailers, and Horton's Lakeshore Enterprises. Thank you also to RCM Racing Equipment, Excalibur Insurance, and Leaf Racewear. Broadcast services for today's race are provided by checkeredflagmedia.com. For a full summer schedule of Grand Bend Speedway events, visit grandbendspeedway.ca. Grand Bend Speedway is proud to be part of the Advance Auto Parts Weekly Series, along with over 50 tracks across North America. Promotional consideration for the NASCAR Advance Auto Parts Weekly Series is also provided by Whalen Engineering and CarQuest. For more information on the NASCAR Advance Auto Parts Weekly Series, visit the Weekly Series section at NASCAR.com. All new at Grand Bend Speedway in 2025 is the Cobra Tire Cup Series, a 5-race series running on selected Sundays throughout the summer, with the season finale being held on a special 1-mile superspeedway course behind the traditional Grand Bend quarter mile. Visit grandbendspeedway.ca for more details. Grand Bend family go-karts are open daily at Grand Bend Speedway. Bring your family or bring your friends and take to the track this summer. No visit to the Grand Bend area is complete without a visit to Grand Bend Speedway family go-karts. The Outside Groove Diner food court is open daily with Grand Bend Speedway family go-karts and at all Grand Bend Speedway racing events. Enjoy hard-serve ice cream, subs, pizza, nachos, and more. Featuring a great view of the pits on race night and a live broadcast of the evening's races, be sure to stop by the Outside Groove Diner anytime you're at the track. For a full schedule of events, visit grandbendspeedway.ca.